in grade 6, one of our final assignments in English class was to create a TED Talk. We were to choose a topic that was important to us and share it with the rest of our class. I had recently made the switch to veganism and thought this was the perfect opportunity to educate my classmates on something that I was passionate about. From the start, I was asked to keep it mild and not too graphic, which I agreed to. We were about a week away from presentation day when my mom got an email from the teacher saying that I was no longer allowed to present my talk in front of my classmates, and my only other option was to do it in front of the teachers. My teacher said, "I spoke to your mom about the fact that the grade 6 class may not be quite the right audience for the mature substance that you have shared." I'm sorry, what? I'm fairly sure that at age 10, we're aware that meat comes from animals. I'm also pretty sure that 10-year-olds know that in order to eat the animal, you have to kill it first. It wasn't like I was explaining in detail how the animal was killed. All I was sharing was how killing an animal is never humane, no matter how you do it. The definition of censorship is the suppression or prohibition of any parts of books, films, news, etc. that are considered obscene, politically unacceptable, or a threat to security. There are many different kinds of censorship, and not all of them are bad. Censoring mature content from 5-year-olds to keep them young and safe can have its benefits, but sharing one-sided, biased opinions, not allowing other voices that contradict that biased opinion, or shutting out the voices of people who are trying to share an important topic or a different view is a real problem. I'm not the only kid who's been censored for wanting to share views, facts, ideas, or beliefs. So many kids around the world have been censored, maybe for different reasons, but the cause is usually the same. Parental censorship can stem from concerned parents who don't want their kids to grow up with views that are different from their own. Or parents might simply feel unsure about how to approach a sensitive topic, so they don't approach it at all. This is usually an attempt to keep the child pure or in the line of a certain belief, but can often result in unresolved questions from the child's youth or no knowledge about the world that they will grow up in. Censorship in schools usually comes in the form of removal or manipulation of a topic or facts, or when a sensitive topic is brought forward, educators feel the need to censor it, kind of like what happened to me. An article on school censorship says that the censorship we see in schools usually comes from a desire to ensure that our children grow up making the choices and following the beliefs that we desire for them by removing any other options. But by doing this, we're not allowing the child to grow, explore, and create their own ideas on the world that they will inherit. If our children continue making the choices and following the same beliefs that we desire for them, nothing's ever going to change. But what if instead of censoring an important topic, we encourage a discussion about it? If I was allowed to present my talk, it could have opened the doors to a mature conversation. It could have been very educational and enlightening, but instead my classmates were left wondering why I wasn't allowed to talk about something that I was passionate about. I can't help but wonder what would have happened if I was allowed to speak my mind. I was censored for wanting to share information about veganism at school by the teachers. This is a pretty small form of censorship, and in all honesty, it really isn't that bad. But the question is, where does it stop? How far are we willing to go to keep a voice silent so that we don't have to feel uncomfortable or challenged? Are we really better off just sticking our heads in the sand and pretending that other views don't exist? I want everyone to ask yourselves, how far are you willing to go? So where does it stop? Why are we afraid to ask questions? Why are we so afraid to discuss things that are controversial? If we can't learn how to be okay with other people having different opinions, we could be heading towards a world where we're afraid to speak our minds. We need to learn how to be uncomfortable. We need to learn how to listen to other people's opinions, even if they may contradict our current ones. We're all afraid of what we don't know, and that's okay. It's just human nature. But it's not okay to silence and censor for the sake of your own comfort. So parents, be open with your kids. If they want to learn about something, let them learn about it and support them. It's okay to be uncomfortable with the topic, but it is not okay to tell them that they can't learn, talk, or talk about things that they are passionate, questioning, or just curious about. Let them change the world. Let them discover themselves. Let them learn. And the same goes to the educators out there as well. Teachers should be helping their students get their voices out and learn about what they want, not shutting them down. Let's learn how to have difficult conversations. I truly believe that when we allow and encourage other voices to speak up, and when we learn how to question our own beliefs, the world will be a better place.